Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both made massive waves over the weekend for their production. Clark came back on Saturday after 2 weeks off due to an injury and seemingly played like she never left, as she ended up dropping 32 points and went red hot from three by dropping 7 threes, had 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block en route to the Indiana Fever beating the New York Liberty 102 to 88. And it's a big deal because it was New York's first loss of the year. Got Indiana to 5-5. New York is now 9-1. A huge upset win for Indiana, and big for their confidence as Clark gets back and tries to take that next step. Then on Sunday, the Chicago Sky, who struggled a lot more, beat the Connecticut Sun 78 to 66, thanks to a triple-double from one Angel Reese, who had 11 points, 13 rebounds, and then 11 assists. And then on Monday, Angel Reese, it turns out, trademarked the phrase mebounds, which has been a joke about Angel Reese because her rebound stats, many people believe, are padded based on her getting her own rebound off so many misses. They're calling it mebounds, and now Angel Reese is branding that. Smart move by Angel Reese, by the way. Smart move by her. Smart move by her exploiting. People say it's disrespectful to Caitlin Clark and it's short-sighted because you're hurting you're not celebrating your cash cow. BS. I don't buy that at all. Starting a rivalry with Caitlin Clark was a brilliant move by Angel Reese and has been great for the WNBA. Selling that narrative is a huge deal, and doing things like mebounds, you do what you got to do. That's smart, and it's good marketing, and it's good for the WNBA. Here's the problem, and here's something that needs to be said, and it's time to say it. The Caitlin Clark rivalry with Angel Reese, the Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese rivalry, is the most overrated rivalry in the history of sports. There are so many things wrong with this rivalry, and it's not one that should have staying power, and I'm not so sure it will in the WNBA. The WNBA can't fully get behind this one if they're going to take the next step. Because here's the problem with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and the problem is actually threefold, particularly with the way they're marketing the rivalry right now. First off, on just a talent level, it's not a rivalry. There's a significant gap between the two. I'm sorry. Caitlin Clark is a better player than Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark is a significantly better player than Angel Reese. Yes, Angel Reese averages more rebounds per game, steals per game, and fewer turnovers per game. And I'm going to get to Clark's turnovers in a second. But Caitlin Clark averages more points per game, assists per game, blocks per game. Angel Reese is the defensive specialist, and Caitlin Clark's actually averaging more blocks per game, has a higher field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Caitlin Clark has the better PER, higher win shares for 48 minutes. And by the way, again, Angel Reese is supposed to be the better defender, but Caitlin Clark's defensive win shares are actually higher this year, despite only playing half the season. So all the way around, Caitlin Clark laps Angel Reese. This is not a close competition in who is the better player. Caitlin Clark's the better player. Period. End of story. And is the significantly better player. The other reason that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in this rivalry is overrated is neither is playing on a team that's going to make a run this year. Now, yes, Indiana did just beat the Liberty, and they deserve a lot of credit. They gave the Liberty their first loss, but Indiana's still 5-5. And with Caitlin Clark, they're just 3-2. And Chicago, with that win on Sunday, is still just 3-7. Neither team's going anywhere this year, guys. So you're talking about a rivalry between two players who, when there's a significant gap between the two in talent, and neither team is playing for anything significant. That's the biggest reason the rivalry is overrated. But here's reason number 3. And this is going to be a hot take. Both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese as players are massively overrated. Caitlin Clark, when she made such a splash, going 7-14 from 3 with 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, and her comeback from injury to help Indiana shock the New York Liberty, also had 7 turnovers. She had 7 turnovers. She leads the league again in turnovers per game with 5.4 after setting a record for the most turnovers ever last year by a large margin. Caitlin Clark's inability to take care of the basketball drives down her value and significantly lessens the impact of all the other great things she does. Her win shares for 48 minutes at 0.207, not top 20. Her PER, not top 20. Her 0.7 win shares doesn't really matter. That's unfair to judge because she's been hurt for a lot of the time. But her turnovers are dragging down all of her analytics and all of her advanced metrics, and it's not turning things into wins. And she has no championships for a reason. She doesn't take care of the basketball, and that's a big, big, big drawback for Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, on the other hand, is not even a star. Angel Reese is a very, very mid player. That triple-double was massively overrated. She did have 3 steals and 2 blocks while going for 11, 13, and 11 in a 78-66 win by the Chicago Sky over the Connecticut Suns. But in that game, she was just 2 of 7 from the field. Angel Reese has 0.1 win shares on the year and is at 0.11 win shares per 48 minutes, meaning her value is extremely mediocre, okay? Extremely mediocre. We're talking about somebody who I don't think is top 50 in the NBA if you look at those advanced metrics. Okay, her PER and her advanced metrics and her win shares for 48 minutes are all down. And for the record, her offensive win shares, when you throw that in, negative 0.2. She's not just a liability on offense. She's costing her team games on offense, and it's actually making her prove almost more costly in a game than beneficial. Angel Reese is massively overrated, and she's an average player. Caitlin Clark is not a great player yet. Caitlin Clark is a good player. Angel Reese is an average player. But we're treating this rivalry as if it's a great player versus a good player, and that's ridiculous. This is not Breanna Stewart versus A'ja Wilson, which was a legitimate rivalry between two players who each have a combined 5 regular season MVP or championships, okay? It's not that. Caitlin Clark is a significantly better player than Angel Reese, but neither player is playing on a team that's going to make a run at anything, and both players are overrated. One is good, one is average. That's just the way it is, and we really, really need to stop pretending otherwise. Caitlin Clark, now, to be fair, has the chance to be great. She does have the chance to be great. It's just the beginning of year 2, and she's been dealing with an injury. So that's something we're going to have to see as time goes on. But it's not like Caitlin Clark has gotten there yet, okay? So Caitlin Clark has time. We're going to give her time. But we need to start talking about that turnover issue. It's back, and it is a big deal, okay? The turnover issue is a huge deal, and the longer Caitlin Clark goes without fixing it, the more issues she's going to have. So Caitlin Clark's turnover problem is a huge issue. And Angel Reese could maybe move from average to good. She's never going to be great. Too many offensive issues.